Hi, I'm Ben Jackson, Marketing Coordinator for the UUA Bookstore. At Justice General Assembly in Phoenix, I spoke with Aaron McEmrys, author of After Aesop, Stories for All Ages.
Aaron, thanks so much for being with us.
You bet.
Can you tell us a little bit about why you chose to write the book?
I've always loved telling stories, and in particular in my ministry, I've always struggled at what seems like a lot of age stratification in our congregations. There's things for adults, there's things for kids, and it can be really difficult to bring the two together. So I wanted to create an opportunity for families, children, and adults to all be reflecting upon the same sort of big, ultimate questions in ways that are developmentally appropriate for all of them. So that as a whole community, we can wrestle with life's big questions. And that's really what got me going, is it was a way of trying to do a better job of creating a whole integrated community.
Wonderful. One of the things we like to talk about particularly with ministers is how writing a book influenced their ministry and the way they came to working with their congregations.
Mm-hmm. Well, I started writing stories like these when I was doing my internship years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was I started thinking about, well, I know how much adult congregants, what it means for them that their minister thinks deeply about them and writes for them week after week. And so I asked myself the question, what would it be like to be a child growing up in a congregation and knowing that your minister is doing that for you week in, week out? And so it just, once I thought of that, I just kind of started writing, and it's just kind of gone from there. For me, the process of the book really is as a way for my families, for my adults, for everyone, to be able to take home these sacred stories that we reflect on as a community, but then to bring them home and reflect on individually and share them and then bring them back in new and different ways. And so the stories themselves function like respiration. We breathe the stories in and we breathe them out, and then and they come and then they grow and evolve as time goes on. And so just last week at a coming of age service, I took some of the coming of agers up into the bell tower where no one is ever allowed to go. And these young adults had grown up listening to my stories about how up there that's where the church mice live,
mm-hmm.
who appear in many of my stories. And so these young people at this big day in their lives were beside themselves to finally be back where the church mice live, And so there's this way that the stories grow with people as they grow and as we grow as a community. It's really, I guess it helps us knit our community together.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
If there was one piece of wisdom you would want your readers or your congregants to take out of your stories, out of your books, what would you want them to take back home with them?
I'm actually going to quote Aesop.
Mm-hmm.
Aesop says that we need to always remember that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. And I think that is the heartbeat that flows through every page of this book.
Wonderful. Well, Aaron, thank you so much for taking the time to sit and talk with us today, and best of luck with the book.
You bet. My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.